Hey gang, Kevin here, Life22, and we are in the house on a beautiful Sunday morning. We is here. All right, so what do we got for you today? What do we have for you today? It is the 2nd of March. Um, and so for those of you on audio podcast, you don't get to see my beautiful face, but you get to hear my soothing voice. So at least one of two worlds is being satiated for you. But that said, it is the day after March 1st. And so we're jumping into this month's life theme, folks. So, life theming. So, if you're new to the channel, life theming is where we go through and we have a theme for every month of the year. Most of these themes are very self help in nature. So, like in previous years, we've done alternate April. So, essentially, in April, what you do is you pick like alternate paths. You try to start being cognizant of your habits and try to break out of habitual things that you do and try something new. And it allows you to expand your horizons, expand your mind. It also lets you know because people have a tendency to get complacent. And so that's just an example. It's an easy one. Fit February. That was the one we just ended. And so I'd like to know in the comments below. Send if you're listening to on the the audio podcast. Let us know. There should be something in your feed burner description that will give you our contact information, email, things like that. And or we're working on getting the website up and running, so you can fill out for updates, notifications, things like that. So you can be part of the texting and the email stream. Isn't that phenomenal, folks? It is great news. For all of you guys who just need Kevin in your pocket, just boop boop. Oh, Kevin's doing something. Oh man, I better find out what it is, because like I got more shit going on than Tom Cruise sometimes, and it's like minus the, I'm not as crazy. I don't think I am. Probably not as handsome either, but it is what it is. Um, so let us know how your Fit February went. And there's another example of how life theming is kind of self, not self help, but more self, kind of self health. It's keeping you healthy, keeping you sane, keeping you just self betterment. Um, and so I really like to do these every month. It is just a great thing. So I'm still in the jump into January, where we treat it like you pick your goal for the year and you try to stick with it. And at least if you stick with it for January, you've done more than most people with their New Year's resolutions. Um, but like on the 6th, which is the 6th of March, which is this coming Thursday, I will be 2 months I haven't had a drink. So usually on the 6th of January, I stop drinking. Um, I and I go for about a month. So about the 5th of February or so, I, I stopped. I usually like kind of end that and I pick back up. And it's kind of one of those things. I pick 3 months out of the year where I just go completely sober. That's no occasional cigars. That's um, no marijuana or THC, which is nothing I really worry about anyways. If you follow the show, you probably know that I haven't smoked since one of our prior videos, which is about 5 years ago now. Or it's almost 5 years. So that was the last time I've actually done anything of the sort. So it's one of those things. People know me for it, but it's not really anything that I really do. It was more of a kind of a advocacy thing. Um, but I also don't drink during that month either. So, and I always encourage people to jump along with those. So I'm going 2 months on that. Fit February is phenomenal. I did stretching. Oh yeah, stretching 5 minutes every morning, 10-minute kettlebell workouts, and then you try to eat healthy, try to eat fish, try to do good things. Try to better yourself. So that's kind of what these life theming uh, episodes are about. And then I try to keep you inundated with reels throughout the month for your March, for your different themes. So like as you saw, you probably got some different keeping fit, keeping exercise reels from our channel sent out there on YouTube and TikTok. But then you'll see more of those coming from me throughout this month as we get into March. Now you're all probably wondering, oh, what is March? What is March? What is March? March is marriage. And I believe that was our theme last year, and we're picking up with it again. So a lot of times we will repeat themes. We will have dual themes. We'll pick up past themes. We'll skip a year. We'll jump into something new. We'll do something completely crazy and chaotic. But they're always a good theme. So I particularly I like it. So as most of you know, last year on the channel, uh, on February 29th, Leap Day, me and my wife June got married, and so thank you very much. I appreciate it. And as most of you probably are aware, that there was no Leap Day this year, so I went to bed on the 28th, which was Friday of February, and I woke up Saturday morning expecting to have my anniversary day, and I missed it. I missed it. I slept a whole day away. It was gone. It was March 1st, and I had missed my anniversary. And well, curses to my wife, because she's the one who chose that day to get married on. So, but we did go out and celebrate it last night. Marriage is a fundamental institution, not just in our country, but for human beings. It is a great thing. There'll be literature that I'll be recommending throughout the month that I highly recommend that all of you delve into. Um, uh, Marriage is not for the faint of hearted, but it is for everybody. So if that clarifies it for you, what you should be doing is everybody should be getting married. Everybody should find that special someone. And the problem is that they do it, and then they're like, I'm in love, and then the honeymoon period ends, and then they're just like, oh, I can't stand this guy. So yes, obviously there are things that you have to make tough decisions about. You don't just stay in the motions with people. You don't just sit there and be like, well, I've been with this person for so long, I must get married. No, like, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. Marriages are work. And just because you get married doesn't mean that the work gets to stop. You have to work at your marriage every single day. You have to take time out of your day. You have to acknowledge the other person. You have to have conversations with the person. You have to. Um, Jordan B. Peterson has a great excerpt from one of his from his last book on this. I'll see if I can hunt down the audio footage or a link to it, and be submitting that throughout the month as well. Um, just conversations. If you have a conversation, if you have I think it's an hour and a half a week worth of conversations with your significant other, you'll stay at baseline. Okay, so if you stop having conversations up to an hour and a half a week, you will start to actually regress in your relationship. If you do more than that, you'll progress in your relationship. So, and then also finding time to have a date night. Well, we don't have time, or this, or finding things to satisfy other needs in a relationship. You know, whether it is, romance, whether it is sexual, whether it is going on a vacation, getting a break together, things like that, because people have a lot of breaks from one another throughout their week, and they don't spend enough time together. It is one of those pieces of the pie that people miss, right? You have you time, you have family time, you have like one-on-one with children time, you have spousal time, and then you have like a friend time, and then like there's a different psychologists, different therapists have a tendency to have their own, but they're very similar in nature. They have how you should break up your time, and it's up to you to categorize your time appropriately. And so part of this video is going to be well, not part of this video, but part of this month is going to be having you kind of be reminded that you should be all in on your marriage, because it's your responsibility. It's you've chose to do this. You chose to spend the rest of your life with somebody. So, and I very much dislike how the government gives people the option to get a divorce, right? Like, oh, well, this isn't the person I married. Like, yes, people grow. You're supposed to grow with that person. And if you've been growing away from that person, either by a fault of your own or a fault of theirs, that could have been satisfied by having that hour and a half conversation each week. And it doesn't have to be all at once. It could be 15 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. It just should be happening with the other person, and reminding each other that you're on the same team. Um, so just like back to school September, folks. If you know, where it's like, hey, if you don't have a kid in school, like find somebody that you know. Maybe it's a niece or nephew that you could be spending time with, right? So, if you um if you are married, this is a little reminder to yourself to focus on your marriage. If you have a long lasting, loving marriage, keep up the good work. Share photos, share videos. We'd love to see them. We want to see happy couples. Post them in the comments below. Tag us in your social media posts. Do whatever you need. If your marriage is on the rocks, reach out. I'll give you some advice. I can forward you to information that may save your marriage. I'm not gonna, say that it will. I'm not gonna say that I'm the greatest person to talk to. I've got 1 year under my belt, one fantastic year. But I've also been with that same woman for 12 years. She's gonna yell at me because I think it's gonna be 13 in June, and those numbers are probably incorrect, and I will get yelled at. So, and so Um, but yeah, post them, reach out, put your situation online. Don't always take advice from all the people online. I mean, obviously, yours truly is very important, but don't go on some Reddit thread and find out like how nasty the internet is. Go online and do some research, do some self help, do some inflection. One of the biggest things that you can probably to get a takeaway here is that you should always look internally for their problems first. Most of the time, the problem in the world that you are having is you. You can only start there. You can't change other people. So if you start by changing you to see what results you get, then, and sometimes changing you is very hard and it's very time consuming. It is something that you are going to have to work at, and it's not going to be an overnight thing. So there's that. There's your first free tip of the day. Um, The other thing is that if you're maybe you're looking, right? If you're looking, maybe you've got questions, ask in the comments below. We'll try to find you answers. Um, you know, we'll give you some advice. We'll point you in the right direction to people that you should go talk to and listen to, and people that you shouldn't listen to. Yeah, so but let us know how you think that if you're contemplating marriage and you're on the fence, let us know that too. This is like you should be getting married. That's it. That is the culmination of our society. You're born as an individual in a family. You go off, you create your own new family, and that starts with finding a significant other, and then creating the family from there. Because the family unit is one of the strongest fibers of our uh, social and cultural structure across cultures, across different societies. That's where it's at. So I'm trying to think. February into March for Marriage. And with that, we are going to let you guys go. I'm sure we're going to have more stuff to talk about later today or this weekend, and which the weekend is fleeting. So we will see you guys next time on Life 22. Don't forget to like and subscribe.